This conference will now be recorded.
You don't know what, you don't want to know what I did.
Hey,
You can have.
now recording. So we'd like to welcome everybody to the Public Safety Committee meeting Thursday, January 18th, Tuesday, excuse me. I'm trying to rush the week. Tuesday, January 18th, 2020. Oh, I have January. I told you I had the wrong.
I think I'll get you together in a bit.
What the heck? That's okay. No, it's fine. Okay, I'm really here, folks.
Tuesday, February the 15th.
No, you take yours.
2022 at
I just need,
4:30.
thank you. See, I should have let you take it in the first place. Dang. Anyway, so our agenda's real short today. We do need a roll call, please, or everybody's here except Judy.
She just stepped out, so she'll be back shortly.
Okay, that means she won't be back because she's talking. Anyway, so we do have a quorum. Judy will get here when she gets here. I need a motion to approve the agenda in the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for February 15, 2022 for the public safety. And also at the same time to approve the minutes for the Public Safety Committee meeting on January the 18th.
Yes. Do we have a second? Yep. Yeah, okay. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Okay, so we'll move on to our regular item, which is one thing, Mr. Frankel.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair and Councilors. Code enforcement has 5 properties that are put on a condemnation list. Sent out letters, awaiting replies from the property owners.
Okay, no replies as of yet.
As of yet, no.
Okay. Do we have any questions that we need answers for? Nope. Okay, so would you like to make a motion that we move this on to full council consent? Seems to be working with the consent for us, so.
I'd like to make a motion for the consent of resolution 22, accept condemnations.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Are you eyeing?
Aye, I'm sorry.
All opposed, same sign.
Consent.
Consent, of course.
To consent, so.
So that was the only action item that we have. We'll move on to non-action items. And I did ask Police Chief Smith to give us a rundown because there's a lot of misgivings on Facebook and we need to fix that right now in this room.
Well,
So please give us a report.
I have so much material here, Councilor Best. Maybe you just want to prompt me with questions. I'm prepared to answer them all. I have everything you need, but if you want a presentation, we'll be here well past midnight.
That's okay. I don't mind.
Yeah, some of the things I've heard about around the campfire is there's some misrepresentations. Well, they're not misrepresentations of statistics. What they are is they're cherry picking statistics.
Okay.
First of all, the crime rate from 2016 it went up a little bit into 2018, small, and then it's dived ever since. 2019, 20, and 21 has progressively gone down. Now, from 2018 to 2019, it was close. We're talking total numbers of 5076 to 5048. But then from 2019 to 2020, the crime numbers go from 5048 to 4378.
Okay.
And then the crime numbers drop from 2020 to 2021 from 4378 to 3801.
Okay.
Those are your total numbers. Now, the reason why those numbers are significant is those incorporate both your crimes that are reported in both Part 1 and Part 2 categories. So your Part 1 categories have 8 categories, whereas homicides, rapes, assaults, larcenies, your major crimes that are reported. Part 2 crimes are your property crimes against persons and property crimes, period. In Roswell, they're pretty close to the same numbers, but they deviate a little bit. But if you were to pick out a murder rate, for instance, the murder rate, the numbers, even at 12, which would be high in 2021, it went from 11 to 12 from 2020 to 2021. The murder rate accounts for 0.003% of the total crime rate in the city of Roswell. Now, I'm not minimizing a murder, What I'm telling you is each crime has its own number and that's it. They're not weighted like a murder does not account for 25 points. Each call, each investigation is just 1 point on the list and that's it. So it's 0.003. The murder numbers, you're all familiar with them. They've been posted everywhere, but what I was more interested in is the inference that our crime rate here is out of control in Roswell, which it's not. It's actually decreasing. There are going to be some cultural instances where, some hot tempers, there's going to be some drug related instances. We have some violent crime, but the trend is downward. And that's attributed to maybe our community policing thought process and ideology is starting to take grip. Maybe it's the solid leadership that's trickling down throughout from the city all the way down to our troops, that they feel confident and supported. Maybe it's that the public is finally starting to wise up, and starting to take care of each other. Well, I'll say one thing, that one of the things I really look forward to to evaluate the results on is our neighborhood watch program, which has never been above 3 neighborhoods, and we're at 20 right now.
Nice.
That is putting eyes and ears in all different neighborhoods and also putting the right mindset in each neighborhood. So these are the things that we're going to grow on. I'm personally insulted and I'm also a little bit hurt. Some of these numbers, how they try to infer that the men and women in the police department are not doing their job or the job is getting away from them. We work on demand without a doubt. And these numbers are still show the pride, and the result is that the numbers are going down. I don't make them up. These are the numbers that come out of dispatch, out of records. They're all, and if you can check our annual report, it's going to give you a brief summary on it. The monthly reports that go in every month to the public safety, the statistics are on the city website. It's all there. And it's just a shame. That's the only thing that concerns me, is that it's taking away from the hard work of the men and women at that police department who work they are on demand, which brings up another thing. We're 7 people under schedule right now.
7. Okay.
We're 7 people. We have people in the hiring process, and we all know that, people are in training, but we're actually 7 down. We're not 22. I heard a number 22. We have been 22, and there's a significant difference in the things we're able to do. So, and as a police department, we're reaching out for technology, trying to expand things. We have robots, we have drones, we have license plate readers, we have 4 drug sniffing dogs. We're doing what we need to do for our community. So it's a little bit disheartening to have somebody throw out numbers like that.
I was so angry. Y'all don't get angry, you know me. Anyway, because I was like, those numbers are ridiculous. Up 200%, up 187%. I was like, where did they get these numbers from? And so, I didn't take heed to it, because I know the numbers. We see the numbers every month, so I really didn't take heed to it. But I'm just thinking, 20 people in this room, 40,000 saw that number. You know what I mean? And that bothers me more than anything else. And the fact that they said that y'all don't do your job and there's not enough. Yes, you work hard, but so does every department in the city, understaffed. It's just, it is what, and it's not just Roswell that's understaffed. So we can't play it that way. And then the fact that something else they said, that I was like, are they kidding me? That not that you're understaffed, something about, oh man, I can't. All that we need to start, somebody's ad, we need to start hiring from within. Do they not know what y'all been doing? That's exactly what he's been doing for the last 5 years, hiring from within. So what do you say? Y'all don't even know what you're talking about. But anyway, I couldn't be real ugly, I could have, because I'm running unopposed. They couldn't not vote for me, but I was so angry.
I like that.
I was so angry. I just wanted to spit when I saw that. I was like, so I just want, the real people, the people that matter really know what the changes have been going on, the difference that I've seen since my 4 years since I've been here, and the idea that y'all are trying to get, ahead of the game. We're ahead of the game in a lot of things, and so don't take that, don't let that be a strike in your crown at all. So I'm just proud of y'all.
We are an agency that's reflective of the community we serve. You can look at our numbers. We reflect the community we serve. Our manning numbers, we're doing much better than most agencies around the country as far as being less than 10% down. Most agencies are 10% down. We are still enjoying a decrease in the crime rate. Also understand that during the COVID, the national trend was that the crime rates did drop. Okay, so we can't beat our chest too much. but the murder numbers went up. Ours stayed about the same for what is consistent here in the city. Not good, but not bad. And, and I think that it's just, and you can see by some of the reactions online that some of our people are taking it personally. They care what's going on. They care about this police department, and they're doing a good job, and that's the bottom line.
So I have a question. Back when I started in 2012, we didn't have the police service aides. We have them now. I think we have four cars traveling around, trucks.
The four.
Okay, and those usually go into the police department. That was the plan at the time when we did that. So from estimated 2012 till now, how many city homegrown police officers, younger ones, do we have that are here, that are staying here and haven't come in from other states? It was back, of course, you're an Easterner, so I have to be careful here. So all of you guys came in and then you started dispersing out from here. Have we got our own homegrown foundation started and working?
We have, the majority of the police department is homegrown. And that's probably another reason why you're seeing the numbers drop like they do. Better relationships, better communication skills. This agency also communicates better with other departments within the city. That's a direct result of the management here, because that started with your current city manager and really worked us together, interwove us together. But you're expanding your eyes and ears. They went through a phase where the city, I came here just after it was over. I was able to see it, and it made sense at the time. We were going after economies that were having a tough time and weren't hiring the police officers, but they were certifying them. And at one time, I think we had 26 from Michigan. We have about 6 left. And that program doesn't stick. It fills a void for the time being. It's Bondo. What really works is you buy the people that are already here, invested in the community, families here, and that's what we've done. All of our hunting, our recruiting, any of our job fairs, we really focus on the in-house people. I think it should be of note that we have, I think, 7 sibling sets within the agency.
Nice.
And that doesn't count. It does count cousins. But anyways, that says something about what they're saying when they go home.
Yes.
They're leaving, what kind of place it is to work for. And I'm not saying we don't have our ills. Everyone does. And that would be foolish to even think that. But I think that the thought amongst all of us within our police department is everyone's trying as hard as they can, and we're on the same page. So.
Okay. I'd also like you to talk a little bit about the new training center that you have coming. I'm excited because it's going to get more folks here and we get to utilize it. And I don't want to say as a business, but we get to help our police department pick up either more cars, tasers, whatever needs to come, because there should be a little bit of a profit, right?
Well, you have 2 things there. Number one, we have a virtual range that we never had. We brought that in, and that's a de-escalation tool, but it has 972 scenarios that police officers can walking into a video game. And I invite all the councilors and any of our city employees who want to try it. It's perfectly safe, but it gives you a real good idea of what we deal with. The second question I believe you're alluding to is my presentation next month, which will be at the State Academy in reference to establishing the Roswell Police Academy here in the city once again. I guess it was here in the 80s, and there's a couple of things that brought us to that point. Number one, I think that our training should be influenced or encased in our own culture right down here out in the city of Roswell. If we teach community policing, I want it to be about the community of Roswell. I don't want it to be about Santa Fe or anywhere else. And the 3-hour drive one way it can be wear and tear. And the academy, they keep fluctuating with 16 weeks, 20 weeks, 10 weeks, whatever they're going to do. I feel more comfortable having my trainees right here in the city of Roswell, and we can accommodate them. We're in agreement with the Eastern New Mexico, Roswell. They said that we can use their facilities. We have a range here. We have everything you need, and we've set it up ahead of time. And believe it or not, we supply most of the instructors at the current academy in Santa Fe as it is. So there's only one that we don't. I think that's a driving instructor, but we've already worked that in. So we're ready to go. So I'm going to go up there with my, I don't know how many pages was it, Councilor Stubbs, I forget. Was it 17, 20? I forget. I bet they were real happy that I wrote up the application the way I did. It was 17 or 20 pages to try and sell the game that we want the academy here. But anyways, I make a presentation next month. I'm not sure if it'll be by remote or if it'll be up there. Either way, I'm ready to go. So.
Okay. I want to run an example through you today for the neighborhood watch program. My daughter came into the house this morning about 6 a.m. and she said, Mom, there's a car up by the tennis courts and there's a man slumped over in the steering wheel and he has a hoodie on and all of that. And it wasn't a real nice car or anything. It was an old Chevy. And I said, okay. So I said, I just let it roll for a little bit. And then when we left to take her to the doctor's this morning, the same car was there. The position hasn't changed. So I didn't call dispatch because it wasn't a 911. So sorry, I didn't get to talk to you this morning. So I called the PD and they were busy, but I waited. And by the time we came back a couple hours later, the person in the vehicle was gone. So something must have been wrong with that person. And then when we came back later this afternoon, the vehicle was gone. So again, your neighborhood watch is working. If you watch around and you look around, it's working real good, especially, I'm sure she knows who has cameras in their houses and who doesn't out on their streets. And that's always handy dandy to come up with. I just wanted to make sure that we covered what our police force was doing, how we're doing it and how well we're doing it, and stop all the gossip out there that we're horrible individuals and we don't care. So
There's one other thing. We will be a nationally accredited police department in about a year and a half. It can take up to 5 years. We started a year and a half ago. There are only 2 others in the state of New Mexico. We'll be one of 3 in the entire state. We were state accredited a couple of years ago, but we decided to go after the national accreditation, which is CALIA. And that's going to be an impressive badge to have on our agency.
very much so. I am kind of really disappointed because when I look behind me and I look up on the screen and I see Mama up there and Larry Conley, who are 2 that always watch. And I stuck an invitation out there, I believe, for the last 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks for this meeting, for everybody to get their information straight. And guess what? Nobody obviously in this town wants to get their information straight, so they're not online. So I'm sorry, Christina. I have Christina Arnold here. I have public participation in a minute. Anyway, this is my meeting.
I did have one more question though, before you, if you're not finished, about the salary, the question about the salary. How do we rank salary rise? They were saying, we're the worst and you know what I mean? So I just kind of wanted to see if you can give us kind of like where we rank. State, I don't know if it's statewide would be a better information.
I don't know. Mike could.
I'll let Phil take part of it and then I can.
Okay.
The goal is,
They made it sound really horrible, so I just wanted to see.
the goal has always been to have us in the 55 percentile. So it makes us competitive. In all fairness, Roswell's on an island. It's hard to compare us to other agencies. The 4 that they chose to compare us to is not really a fair assessment. I mean, I'd love to be paid like, Metro Baltimore or something, where they have all kinds of revenue coming in. But the fact of the matter is there's only so many marbles to go around as far as salary. But they compared us to Lubbock, Texas, which is, I think, a population of 250,000, 300,000. I'm not sure. It's a big city. They compared us to Albuquerque, which is over 500,000. And then they compared us selectively to 2 oil supply towns. They're on the Permian Basin. And I mean, there's some numbers being thrown around. Yes, of course, we'd love to have more money. I am not going to let that conversation slip by. But reality is reality. We do the best we can here. If you take, there's 10 marbles in the bag and you take 9 of them and put it towards salary, we got 1 marble for equipment and supplies. And we know that struggle. We've got to have a delicate balance. We've got to find out how to do it. Part of the deal is, some of these vendors who come in and they want private security, you have them pay for it on their own. You don't have them pay, you don't have the community pay for the overtime. If you have a private vendor come in, you have them pay for their private security. That's one way we save money, and we're able to distribute that money towards equipment and salaries if we have to.
Madam Chair, Councilor, also, just so you know, we're currently going through the compensation study department. We had our meetings it was the end of last week with the company that's doing that. It's a 7-month process. So all the departments, all the employees will be doing their paperwork. It's submitted to this company. They review positions based on like positions in other communities. I think there's 15 different communities they'll take information from and compare positions. And then they will determine to us if any of those positions are out of, as Joe calls it, out of whack of that 50 to 55 percentile. And then Joe has committed to have that conversation about bringing every position that's out of whack back up to the 55 percentile. We started there, and if any of them's fallen out, then we want to bring them back up to that. However, what I believe we're going to find out is we have very few that has fallen out, because this council, our city manager, has been adamant about his number one priority has always been the employees. I'm going to take care of my employees, and everything else, they will help me take care of everything else. And he has been true to his word for 4.5 years now. I know he's planning it. The COLA is going to be a big hit this year. He understands that, but he believes in our employees. He is going to make that his number one priority and have some good discussions with the council as we start building this budget out. We are looking at 7 months out, according to the company last week, of getting all this information back together. Going back to the information here provided to the public. The chief, for as long as I've been involved with the chief, so for the last 12 years or so, he has provided a exhaustive monthly report to this committee.
Right.
Anywhere from 12 to 28 pages.
And it's available online.
It's available online. You don't have to come to this meeting if you don't want to, but if you want this report or any of these departments' reports, they're in this packet every month. Animal control packet. Ms. Rogers just completely redone that. If you want to know how many animals was picked up on January the 1st, that information is in there broken down day by day. Everything that happens, it's a 4-page report for that month of animal control. Our dispatch, our emergency management, there's a list of all the things that they're doing throughout the month, projects going on or things coming up in the future. That information is here. Nothing's a secret. We won't keep anything a secret. Now, obviously, if we're talking about operational issues or something with the PD, we're not going to have some of those discussions in open meeting because we don't want bad guys to hear that information.
Correct.
I won't even be in those meetings, but some of that information cannot be out to the public. But if it's public information, you're welcome to
It's
call.
readily available.
Come get it. We're not trying to hide anything, but please, chances are any questions anybody has on our crime stats or anything is going to be in that report every month by division for the police department. He does a phenomenal job with that report. Our fire department's the same way. You can see how many investigations they're doing, how many medical calls they're running on, how many fire calls they're running on. It's all there. And if there's something else that somebody's needing, we're just a phone call away. It's information we can pull. We're glad to do that.
Everybody's number is online. If you go to the main page, all of our numbers are as counselors. And then I know all the department heads have their number up there, and you're like way at the top. So they can call you.
And I'll say one other thing, Sergeant Frescus and the Neighborhood Watch Program, we've been struggling for a number of years to try to reinvigorate that program. That has been a goal of mine. I wanted that program back going and really active in our community. Sergeant Frescus has taken that beyond what I even imagined doing it. Actually, on this Friday, I will be joining her as we walk and meet the businesses on Main Street, just me and her. She's going to trying to set up a downtown business neighborhood watch.
Nice.
So that as they're working during the day, if they are having issues with whatever it may be, they have each other's numbers. They're able to communicate. We have a better relationship with them. And so that's been a plan of ours for the last year, is to get that established. I want signs up down there to establish this business neighborhood watch. There may be some across the country. I've never heard of them. That we're going to start one here, and Grace is going to help me do that. So this Friday, me and her will be physically walking Main Street, just meeting, talking with our businesses.
Nice.
What do you need? How's things going? What issues are you having? And we're going to try to address those issues.
Nice. Miss Judy, do you have any questions for
Well,
Chief?
I don't really have questions. I appreciate it. Sorry, I didn't.
We get it.
made
We get it. Your minute's 6 hours. We get it.
But I think, I don't know if this is current information or not, but I know years ago, we also had some of the best benefits in the state. Can you comment on that? I mean, as far as what we take out for PERA and some of those other things
Well, each,
that don't show up when you're talking just salary.
some towns offer different percentages they pay into the retirement.
Right.
We're right in the middle of the pack.
Okay.
We have a fantastic health offering.
Yes.
And what I've always tried to sell to my recruits is that we have the defined benefit pension system. Fire department has it as well. And I do not think it's going to be there forever, but that's the best benefit we offer. Whereas you're guaranteed money for the years and your age when you retire, when you're probably not able to perform at full throttle, but that pension will be there. And that is the number one gold. So yeah, I think our benefits are good. I mean, that's always been an attraction to the position. It really is. The other tweakings is through the contract, and that's a whole nother discussion, but, and there's nothing wrong with that either. These are good working conditions here in the city of Roswell, and I have a frame of reference. I've been to 3 other communities, including my very own at home. This is now my own, but this is a very good place to work. And I say it without hesitation. I say it in front of this board, and I say it privately when I'm walking down the sidewalk. This is not by myself. No, this is a good place to work. The benefits are, then we're not deficient. So.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I think we have somebody here who could answer that question really well.
Okay.
That's our new deputy fire chief.
I saw someone over
So-
there that I don't know who he is.
Have we not introduced? Jeremy, come up and join us. Come on up to the table, Jeremy.
You gotta get one
This is
close to
Jeremy
the
who?
camera, see?
Jeremy Kirkham. We've added another deputy fire chief at the fire department. Jeremy started a number of years ago with the Roswell Fire Department. Later in his career, he transferred to Artesia as a division chief. And so finished out his career as a division chief in Artesia. So he can speak to benefits
Okay.
between communities. So.
Absolutely. And
Tell him about your, I'm sorry, I thought we introduced him
No.
last month.
No.
Jeremy, tell him about yourself, other than what I just told you.
yeah, my name is Jeremy Kirkham. I'm the new other deputy chief. You guys all know Dan, Dan Fuller. He's my counterpart. Like Mike said, I started in 1999 here at Roswell Fire. I left around 2013, went to Artesia, and I will tell you exactly what you're saying, Chief. In this area, the benefits in this city far exceed the ones around us. I don't know who you were talking about with the oil field cities and, that kind of gross receipts tax, but that doesn't mean that it gets passed along to the employees. So even though if we're compared to those, that's an unfair comparison in my opinion, because that's not even an accurate reflection of what they get. So anyway, I left, I retired in 2019. Ended up going to respiratory therapy school right before COVID hit. I've been working as a respiratory therapist for the last few years. The deputy chief spot came available, and for the reason that you're talking about benefits, that's why I'm back here, is because it benefits my family. I've got 2 young daughters. The medical benefits are great. As far as retirement goes, as a retiree, my health costs was more because I didn't finish in Roswell, because I went somewhere else. So the retiree health benefit, those other communities don't pay what we do here. So the benefit package is absolutely great. That's definitely one of the things. And I know that we're pretty much the same as you guys. So yeah, that's definitely a consideration and I think it's a consideration. We've got a lot of young guys as well. We've got a 14-person academy going right now, and all of those guys are here for the same reason. And, they want to make a life here. This is their community. And I mean, the best job in the world.
So on your 14 kiddos that are here, are they all from Roswell? Have they stepped in? And I know our training school has other people come in and train from other communities. How many are from other communities and how many are from here?
Yes, ma'am. We have, actually, there's, actually, I believe, yeah, there's 14 that will end up being ours, I think,
No.
right at 14.
11 will be ours.
11,
11.
okay.
3 are from Artesia.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we are actually training some people from other departments as well.
Okay.
So, but I don't know the cross section on that. I wasn't here when they hired those, but it sounds like most of the guys that we hired are local guys. I don't know if
Yes.
anybody came from out of town.
Actually, this is one of the first ones where no, they were all pretty much local.
All 14 are local.
Well, all 11 are
All
local.
11. Okay.
Ours.
Okay. The others are just 70 miles down the road. Okay.
And they're employed through our Teach Fire Department. They're just going through our academy.
Okay. So I guess what I'm hearing is we're getting more and more local. You've been here way longer than me, Judy, and I've only been here 10 years, sorry. But I mean, we're becoming more and more dependent upon ourselves to do the jobs that we need. I mean, I know you're local, Miss Nicole, with the animal control.
Yes, ma'am.
We brought in another best, like we didn't have enough best in this town. We brought in another one.
And we made a good decision.
And we made it the best decision on that one.
Nobody can have her either.
So we're doing nothing but just improving from what I can hear. I don't know what everybody else is hearing, but
Well, and we got Karen, a part-time helper. Jill is actually our deputy emergency manager. So we're building that up a little bit at a time.
okay.
Oh, that, good.
I didn't know that either. I thought she was just here for the fun.
She is.
Oh. And then I was going to ask Miss Karen, did we get rid of all those COVID tests?
We have gotten 2 different allocations. So the governor, her plan was to order 1 million every 2 weeks. So we got the first allocation, which went to specific zip codes, an 88203 and a Dexter zip code. And then we got a second allocation, and we have not, well, technically got rid of them because the drive that they're doing is through Chaves County Health Council, and it's this Saturday and Sunday, and they'll distribute the rest of what we had. And then the governor has another 1 million on order. They just haven't procured them. They're having a hard time finding 1 million kits because they're in short supply.
Excuse me.
But Jill and I have been busy. You've seen us at the rec center handing them out. We've been giving them to churches. We've, Brenda did a drive, Dexter did a drive. We've had them everywhere. So we've gotten rid of what we had gotten in or will with this next drive through the Chaves County Health Council, which is this weekend.
And where is that located this weekend?
It's at their office, which is on South Main. They're doing some publicity, 1600 something.
1600 Southeast Main.
Okay, and what is our times?
10 to 1, I believe, and we will put it on I'm waiting for them to finalize their flyer, but it is, let me get the dates, just so I can make sure I tell you the right date. She sent it to me. Saturday, February 19th, Sunday, February 20th, 10 to 1, Chaves County Health Office, 1600 Southeast Main.
Okay, I hope our 2 that are watching got that, guys. Miss Nicole, I hear you got a position open down in your part of the country.
Yes, ma'am.
She is with animal control, and I believe, is it online?
It is, but we are doing an interview soon.
Oh, you're already in an interview. Okay, awesome. Megan? Yes, yes. So you have 3 people?
3 or 4. I'm trying to set up the 4th one if they'll answer their phone.
Oh, good, good, good. Any of them local, or are we going?
All local.
All local. Here we are with local again, people. Isn't that wonderful? I love it. I love
Nicole,
it.
are you the one that called me?
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That was special. I really.
Yes. I'm very sorry.
Oh, that's right. You had your puppy that got hurt.
Yeah.
So they were able to help you from what you were saying.
Hello, we talk about the fish pond.
Okay, do we have anything else besides Mr. Burris who wants to tell us how wonderful the golf turned out and how it is going to be the most amazing golf course in the
Yes,
city
that
of
was
Roswell?
great, wasn't it? That was fun. No, I wanted to pull up this table here for a minute and brag on Phil,
Oh,
because he's not gonna brag on himself.
wait. Bill, close your ears. We don't want your head to like.
He get all
Knock
full of
somebody over on each side.
he get full of himself. No, we spent a lot of time working together, obviously, and I wanted to let you know he also supports the other departments. You know, you get dispatch, but he has personal phone calls too, where we have to take care of things. And I got to spend some time with his canine units when you guys were in council, you heard the dog barking.
We did, that was.
That's his heart. That was a hoot, wasn't it? So I talked to Phil. We still got to work out some of the bugs, but we had some issues happening in the city with service animals and stuff. And I kind of like to get our marketing department involved and do some videos. Those kids are great working with those animals. Takes a lot of hours. And, I don't know if they had a stop out here. We watched another day doing a car. That was fun to watch. It was kind of interesting. So I thought I'd throw some kudos to him for a second. And then we'll talk about animal control. They're also in training. This is federal or national training that we're doing. I'm proud of them. Did check on them last week. They're about halfway through their classes. I'm doing the same thing. They're actually real. So they're taking officer classes 1, and there's also, I've paid for 2, but I haven't told them yet. Number 1's pretty intense. So I don't want to discourage anybody, but you're not done yet, okay? So communications with the public's up, taking care of the animals. We had some issues in and out of the facility there that we've taken care of. Nicole's done a good job. I'm proud of the officers. We're doing the interviews for the kennel manager. Communication is up. We're going to do more education with the public. Once we get a new kennel manager, you'll be seeing us on the weekends. Understand that you're not supposed to be selling puppies at Walmart. It doesn't work that way unless you have a breeder's license. And we'll be doing education on that.
Okay.
Plus, we'll be out there having animals to adopt.
Okay,
So the dynamic's going to turn here pretty soon.
good.
So very proud of everybody and PD for helping us out and the canine people. So it's all good. It really is. I mean, that wasn't registered to speak.
Have you found any Dalmatians for the fire department yet?
Not yet, but I'd have to teach them to get on the truck. But anyhow.
We got to teach firemen to get on the.
Yeah. Phil paid me to say that. So anyhow, no, not yet, but we find one, we'll get it to them. I just want to say that real quick, that these guys doing a great job, and so is animal control.
Good.
Bless their hearts.
I'm glad to hear animal control is getting their lessons, and hopefully they'll get a bookkeeping system soon. That way we can keep track of all the vaccines and which dogs get it and which dogs need to, and all of that.
Actually reached out to a company today. It's called Chameleon. It's actually made for animal control.
Okay,
It has more data. It's separate from the CAD systems,
okay,
and it's what we need. So I think we have training on that this week, or demonstrations.
okay. Does it hook up with the Tyler system? So when they pay,
I know, I'll find out if we can do it on.
might want to ask that question.
We've got the IT guys there, and it's just a download, and then you upload it.
IT
Tyler.
involved in it. You don't buy software or anything until IT.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so they'll know whether it'll, because it would be sweet if it would hook up, the money part would hook up to,
I'll ask them,
okay,
if they want to do business with us, that may need to.
okay. And Nicole, you reached out for donations in dog food, and you had a list for everybody. So if everybody will check online, do we have that on our homepage underneath animal control, a checklist?
No, but I can ask and reach out.
Okay.
On there. It helps with the donate. I mean, we get a lot of people just donating things that we can't.
Correct. The checklist would be better. And that way it makes Roswell feel like they're helping, which they are.
They are.
Need help.
Yes, we're getting a lot of donations, igloos, dog houses, and we've been able to redistribute them back to the public that actually need them.
Good.
And probably can't afford it, so we're working.
What about our outside fencing? Were we going to take part of that golf or that park over there and fence it off so we could have volunteers come and exercise dogs?
I'd like to.
Did I just give you you just gave me like, what?
We might slide that in on this next budget.
I'm just trying here. Okay.
We thought about that. We've had, we want volunteers to help, so.
Yeah. Okay. Ms. Bass, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How is your department doing, dear?
Training.
Training.
Lots and lots of training.
How many folks are you down?
None.
Sweet.
None. I know. Don't tell anybody. Are the priority dispatch system that we've been working on since last summer is in its last stretch. So go live is March 22nd. So we're either working or training it. That's why I was a couple minutes late because I was.
That's okay.
But lots and lots of training, but we're doing it.
Good. That is wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. Everything out there is up to par with the county and all that. Are we still working on that?
There's an RFP out for potential taking care of getting us some more space.
Okay.
That's where that stands right now.
Okay. Okay. I won't ask anymore because that'll get me in trouble on TV.
That's where we are.
Anybody else have anything they want to say before I move over to public participation? No? Christina, do you have something you want to say? This is Christina Arnold.
Really, anytime I have an opportunity to speak to the community, I continuously try to impress upon our community that our police department is doing a great job and that the city is working on solutions. And that, in my opinion, what Sergeant Frescus is doing is actually awesome, because that's, I think, where we are lacking is the connection between what the police department is doing and what the community is working on. But I just want to tell you, thank you for all your hard work, all of you. And that's pretty much all I have.
Okay. And I heard Larry was sneaking to his microphone and heard him on a minute, and I bet he wants to speak. Hi, Larry.
Hi, how are you?
We're missing
Hello,
you.
everyone.
Hello, Larry.
Hello. First of all, Angela,
Yeah.
show everybody your footwear.
Footwear. You can. Her pink Crocs.
Oh, my God. I mean, yellow socks, red.
They're red.
I have a question. The chairwoman doesn't want to get in trouble, but I have to ask. How does a PD pay rank against the county sheriff's department?
How does it rank?
How does the PD rank compared to the sheriff's office
In pay.
in pay?
On pay?
I have no clue. I don't know.
I think we're paid a little better than they are.
Okay. Does that
That's
help,
what I
Larry?
thought. That's what I thought. That should be known by more and more people. The other thing, Nicole,
Yes, sir.
I was out at the Animal Humane on Monday delivering my newspapers out there, and I went to your place where you put the newspapers in, and you need to get a volunteer carpenter out there and put in the tops are gonna fall off if you don't put in new,
Hey, Larry,
yeah.
that's the Humane Society, baby. That isn't us. That's the Humane
Well,
Society.
Okay,
That
but
belongs to the-
yeah, Nicole, I'm sure Nicole has good relationship with the Humane Society, and she could talk to them.
I'll pass it on.
Okay,
I'll text them
okay,
right now.
yeah. And other than that, I really have nothing. Hi, Mike, how are you?
I'm good, Larry. How are you?
You're hiding back there.
I know it.
Okay. Say hello to Grace for me, and the neighborhood watch is doing great. And Sabino, I see you. Hello, sir. How are you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Everybody, and Terry, it's great to see you. You're the best. Okay. I have to go to my Jim Burris. I forgot you.
Hi, Larry.
How are you?
Good.
I mean, I went around the park today down by your office and had a picnic down there, except you have to do something about controlling the wind down there. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
damn near got blown away.
It's bad.
You'll take care of that?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm looking forward. I think next month I'll be coming to the meeting in person.
Yes.
Everybody, thank you. And thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Do we
I'm
have
going to
any-
ETZ now. Anything you want to tell to the ETZ commission?
Not over the,
No, not in public.
not in public.
Tell them to take it easy.
Okay. I think I know. Okay, bye-bye.
Easy.
Bye-bye.
Take it easy.
Are there anybody else that has public participation? Mama, are you saying, what's for dinner? She's not paying attention.
I am paying attention. It's Taco Tuesday, girl.
Pardon me?
I have some suggestions, but my husband told me to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
I'll talk to him later.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so if there's
I'm
nothing,
sorry, I
yes, ma'am.
just remember something. There is a bill going through the legislative session and it looks like it's gonna get through. You know, the session ends at noon on Thursday, so that's always an exciting time, Thursday morning. But that is raising the state police salary. $15 is in my head. Would it be
They were looking for
15 or more, or adding 15? What is that?
I'm looking for 20%. That's
Okay.
the original, that's what told us at the chief's conference.
Okay. So there's a real concern from the municipal league that could end up taking some of our people. But I think what we've learned just now about the compensation and conditions, and I mean everything, hopefully that won't be happening to us. But I know a lot of the communities are getting very concerned about losing.
I will tell you this, the majority of the departments that I've seen in the last couple of months that have really jacked up their salaries and their incentives is because they're really behind the 8 ball right now. Hobbs is down 30 people.
Yeah.
I don't know how many Albuquerque's down, it fluctuates, but they're down in the hundreds. And right now, I guess Las Cruces is going through something because I guess they're advertising a 19% increase and a $30,000 sign-on bonus, or
Wow.
20,000 for them. It's 35 for Albuquerque, 35 for Hobbs. I'm sorry, I get them all confused.
Yeah.
But the thing is that they're going to crisis level manning. So they're trying everything they can.
Right.
We still have an incentive out there for both new hires as well as people inside that recruit. We still have those. Again, we understand there's certain things that you trade off for your job, for your job environment. Okay? If I want to be in an oil field, I'm going to pay 700 grand for a lean-to. That's the way it goes. If I want to live and my money's going to be worth something, maybe I want to be in Roswell. And we start getting some more stores and everything. The only thing with Roswell is we're an island.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes that's good, sometimes it isn't. So you can make a fight either way.
True.
But those places are hurting badly. And I don't know if the state police will get a 20% raise. I think most of the internal people there have said they're probably going to get 10. It'll get knocked down or adjusted, but she's going for 20. As far, you're going to ask the wrong person if I think anybody should get a raise. I think they all should. So,
Well, of course.
but then again, I think everyone should get a raise, period. So.
Okay, do we have any other questions, comments? Okay, so our next meeting by this paper,
Will not be February the 15th.
no, it won't be February 15th. It says,
I apologize for that. I'm upset.
is it March 15th? I think it's March 15th.
I will look here real
Yeah,
quick.
because our other meeting.
I think it is March
10th.
15th.
I
Yeah,
think it's March 15th because.
either
it's March
15th or
10th.
16th, one of the two.
How much you get paid if you're going into.
It would be March the 15th.
Okay, March 15th
Your kids all have a lot of class.
is the next city council or public safety meeting. So if you have any questions, concerns, don't hesitate to call each department head. They would be glad to answer your questions. And like I said, I'm kind of disappointed with the public other than our two favorites that continue to come with us. So thank you very much. And this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Madam Chair, now that we're out of this part, I want to say something.
Hold on.